Hello students, welcome to this comprehensive video presentation on the PSEB 10th English main course. I'm your teacher for today and we're going to cover all 8 chapters with complete questions, answers and translations. This video includes objective type questions, short questions, long questions and English to Punjabi translations for each chapter. So let's begin our journey through this complete study material. Let's start with chapter 1, The Happy Prince, written by Oscar Wilde. This is a beautiful story about sacrifice and compassion. Stay tuned as we go through all the questions and answers. Now let's answer the objective type questions from chapter 1. Question 1. Name the writer of the story, The Happy Prince. Answer. Oscar Wilde. Question 2. The drops were coming from the underscore of the Happy Prince. Answer. Eyes. Question 3. The son of the seamstress was crying because he wanted to go to Egypt. True or false? Answer. False. Question 4. The poor seamstress was given the underscore by the swallow. Answer. Ruby. Question 5. Where did the statue of the Happy Prince stand? Answer. On a tall column. Continuing with the objective questions. Question 6. What was used for the eyes of the Happy Prince? Answer. Sapphires. Question 7. What was the heart of the Happy Prince made of? Answer. Lead. Question 8. Where were the friends of the swallow waiting? Answer. In Egypt. Question 9. The statue of the Happy Prince was gilded all over with underscore of fine gold. Answer. Leaves. Question 10. The man in the garret was writing underscore. Answer. Play. Now let's move to the short questions from chapter 1. Question 1. Where did the statue of the Happy Prince stand? Answer. It stood on a high column above the city. Question 2. How was the statue decorated? Answer. It was decorated with gold and a red ruby. Question 3. Where was the swallow going? Answer. The swallow was going to Egypt. Question 4. Where were the drops coming from? Answer. The teardrops were coming from the eyes of the Happy Prince. Question 5. Why was the Happy Prince crying? Answer. Because he could see the problems of the people. Question 6. Why was the seamstress's little boy crying? Answer. Because he had fever. He was hungry also. Question 7. Why was the match girl crying? Answer. Because her matches were spoiled. Question 8. Why was the statue of the Happy Prince pulled down? Answer. Because it was not beautiful anymore. Question 9. What were the 2 most precious things in the city? Answer. The dead swallow and the broken lead heart of the Happy Prince. Now let's answer the long questions from chapter 1. Question 1. Why was the prince called the Happy Prince? Answer. When the prince was alive, he was always happy. He was never sad. He was always happy. So he was called the Happy Prince. Question 2. I cannot choose but weep. Why did the Happy Prince say so? Answer. He could see the problems of the people, but he could not move and help them. Therefore, he could not choose but weep. Question 3. Why did the mayor dislike the statue so much? Answer. The statue gave away all his gold to help the people. He was no longer beautiful now. That's why the mayor disliked the statue so much. Now let's practice the translations from chapter 1. I'll read the English sentence first, then the Punjabi translation. Sentence 1. Why are you weeping then? Translation. Tusi kyun ro rahe ho? Sentence 2. They pulled down the statue of the Happy Prince. Translation. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੈਪੀ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸ ਦੇ ਬੁੱਤ ਨੂੰ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਡਿਗਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ. Sentence 3. I am waited for in Egypt. Translation. ਮੇਰਾ ਮਿਸਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਰ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ. Sentence 4. It is very cold here. Translation. ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਠੰਡ ਹੈ. Sentence 5. I have a golden bedroom. Translation. ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਸੋਨੇ ਦਾ ਕਮਰਾ ਹੈ. Sentence 6. There is not a single cloud in the sky. Translation. ਅਸਮਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵੀ ਬੱਦਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. Sentence 7. Then another drop fell. Translation. ਤਦ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਬੂੰਦ ਡਿੱਗੀ. Sentence 8. My courtiers called me the Happy Prince. Translation. ਮੇਰੇ ਦਰਬਾਰੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ Happy Prince ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਸਨ. Sentence 9. I have come to bid you goodbye. Translation. ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਲਵਿਦਾ ਕਹਿਣ ਲਈ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ. Sentence 10. How hungry we are. Translation. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੈ. Great. Now let's move to chapter 2. Where is science taking us? Written by Dr. S.W. Pennyquick. This essay explores the role of science in modern life. Let's answer the objective questions from chapter 2. Question 1. Name the author of the essay. Answer. Dr. S.W. Pennyquick. Question 2. Modern drugs have decreased the average lifespan of human beings. True or false? Answer. False. Question 3. Machines give us more and more hours of underscore. Answer. Leisure. Question 4. Name 2 non-material things mentioned in the lesson. Answer. Charity, mercy. Question 5. Science is doing less than nothing for material things. True or false? Answer. False. Question 6. Which age group is overcrowded today? Answer. Upper age group. Question 7. Science has helped man to live underscore. Answer. Longer. Now the short questions from chapter 2. Question 1. Why does the author say that science is doing less than nothing? Answer. Because it is doing nothing for non-material things. Question 2. What is the greatest triumph of science? Answer. The greatest triumph of the science is to provide food, clothing and shelter to all the people. Question 3. What are the consequences of war? Answer. War causes death and destruction. Question 4. What has happened to the ethics and morals in the modern world? Answer. The morals and ethics are declining in the modern world. Question 5. What is really needed in the world today? Answer. Moral and spiritual values are needed. Now the long questions from chapter 2. Question 1. List the material triumphs of science and the non-material necessities to make the world a better place. Answer. Science has given us unlimited powers. It gave us machines which can do almost everything for us. But the non-material things like charity, mercy, understanding, tolerance and justice make the world a better place. Question 2. What should be the ultimate aim of science? Answer. Science has given us all the material comforts. But science should also help man to develop non-material qualities. It should protect the nature, the environment. Let's practice translations from chapter 2. Sentence 1. Where is science taking us? Translation. विज्ञान सानू किधर ले जा रहा है? Sentence 2. This is the age of the machine. Translation. ये मशीनी युग है. Sentence 3. War is the worst example. Translation. युद्ध सब तो माड़ी उदाहरण है. Sentence 4. I wish I had another 100 years. Translation. काश मेरे को होर 100 साल होंदे. Sentence 5. Here science is actually doing less than nothing. Translation. इत्थे विज्ञान सचमुच कुछ नहीं नालों घट कर रहा है. Sentence 6. Who is to keep them? Translation. उन्हां नूं कौन संभालेगा? Sentence 7. Science goes on raising its problems. Translation. विज्ञान दी वजह तो समस्यावां वधदियां जा रहीआं हन. Sentence 8. What is really needed in the world today? Translation. आज दुनिया च असल च किस चीज़ दी ज़रूरत है? Sentence 9. What is science really after? Translation. विज्ञान असल च किस गल दे मगर पिया है? Sentence 10. What is its goal? Translation. इसदा मकसद की है? Excellent. Now let's move to chapter 3. Secret of Happiness by Norman Vincent Peale. This inspiring essay teaches us about finding true happiness. Objective questions from chapter 3. Question 1. Name the author of the essay. Answer. Norman Vincent Peale. Question 2. Which illustration was used by the professor of psychology? Answer. Burning glass. Question 3. Who declared to give sermon against fear? Answer. Gilbert Chesterton. Question 4. The author found an elephant when he flung open the door. True or false? Answer. False. Question 5. We should have faith that underscore is always with us. Answer. God. Question 6. Underscore and God gives us real peace of mind. Answer. Faith. Short questions from chapter 3. Question 1. Which is the greatest day in any individual's life? Answer. When he begins to realize himself. Question 2. What enthralled the student in the psychology class? Answer. The student was enthralled to learn about the failure of average man. Question 3. Did the boy change as a result of realization? Answer. Yes. He changed a lot. Question 4. How can weak personalities become strong? Answer. By using inward powers. Question 5. What are the different types of fear experienced by people? Answer. People experience fear of ill health, losing money and future. Long questions from chapter 3. Question 1. Describe, in your own words, how the professor changed the total attitude of the student. Answer. The student was good at sports, but he was not good at studies. One day the professor explained how an average man fails in his life. The student was enthralled to learn about the failure of the average man. Thus, the professor changed the total attitude of the student. Question 2. Write a small paragraph on the proper use of human energy. Answer. The author says an average man fails because he fails to control his powers. There is a great store of unused power in the personality of every man. Weak personality can become strong with the use of inward power. Question 3. Write, in brief, the message given by Mr. Kagawa. Answer. People experience many fears like fear of ill health, losing money and future. Mr. Kagawa was a Japanese scholar. He says that one can have a real escape from fear by having deep faith in God. Translations from chapter 3. Sentence 1. He never lost his calm. Translation. उसने अपनी शांति कभी नहीं गवाई. Sentence 2. I didn't want to die. Translation. मैं मरना नहीं चाहता सी. Sentence 3. Fear is one of man's most common enemies. Translation. डर मनुख ते सब तो आम दुश्मना विचों एक है. Sentence 4. You are greater than you think. Translation. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਮਹਾਨ ਹੋ. Sentence 5. I wanted to get out of there. Translation. ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ. Sentence 6. Then you will have total peace of mind. Translation. ਤਦ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸੰਪੂਰਨ ਮਨ ਦਾ ਚੈਨ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ. Sentence 7. You must do it yourself. Translation. ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਵੇਗਾ. Sentence 8. A fear is not unlike a ghost. Translation. डर पूत वर्गा नहीं ਹੁੰਦਾ. Sentence 9. God watches over you and cares for you. Translation. ਰੱਬ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ. Sentence 10. This is a problem common to us all. Translation. ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਹੈ. Now let's move to chapter 4. A gift for Christmas by Henry. This beautiful story shows the true meaning of love and sacrifice. Objective questions from chapter 4. Question 1. Name the author of the story. Answer. Henry. Question 2. The signs of richness were everywhere in their house. True or false? Answer false. Question 3. What did Della buy for Jim as a Christmas gift? Answer. Watch chain. Question 4. The proud possession of Jim was answer. Gold watch. Question 5. Who did not have enough money to buy a Christmas present? Answer. Both Della and Jim. Question 6. Della sold her hair for answer. $20. Question 7. What did Jim buy for Della as a Christmas gift? Answer. Set of combs. Short questions from chapter 4. Question 1. Why was Della crying? Answer. Della was crying because she had no money to buy a Christmas gift for Jim. Question 2. Describe the poverty of Della's house. Answer. The house was small. The sofa was small. Their clothes were old. Question 3. What were the two prized possessions of Jim and Della? Answer. Jim's gold watch and Della's long hair. Question 4. Describe the present Della bought for Jim. Answer. Della bought a simple platinum watch chain for Jim. Question 5. How did Della manage to buy the gift? Answer. She sold her hair. Question 6. What was Jim's reaction on seeing Della's hair gone? Answer. He simply looked at her with a strange expression on his face. Question 7. What explanation did Della give to Jim? Answer. She said she did not have enough money to buy a present for him. Question 8. What was in the package that Jim had brought for Della? Answer. It was a beautiful set of combs. Long questions from chapter 4. Question 1. Why was Della pleased with her selection of the present for Jim? Answer. Jim had a golden watch. So Della bought a simple but well-made platinum watch chain for Jim. She felt it was made for Jim's watch only. Question 2. Both Jim and Della gave each other the gifts of rare love. How? Answer. Jim's gold watch and Della's long hair were the two most precious things in their house. Della sold her hair to buy a Christmas gift for Jim. Jim sold his watch to buy a Christmas gift for Della. Thus, Both of them gave each other the gifts of true love. Translations from chapter 4. Sentence 1. Her eyes were shining brilliantly. Translation. उसदियां अखां बहुत ज़्यादा चमक रही सन. Sentence 2. Tears appeared in her eyes. Translation. उसदियां अखां च हंजू आ गए. Sentence 3. Della let fall her beautiful hair. Translation. Della ने अपने खूबसूरत वालों ਨੂੰ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਡਿੱਗਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ. Sentence 4. I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs. Translation. मैं ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਕੰਘੀਆਂ ਖਰੀਦਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੜੀ ਵੇਚ ਦਿੱਤੀ. Sentence 5. Will you buy my hair? Translation. ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਲ ਖਰੀਦੋਗੇ? Sentence 6. Della finished crying. Translation. Della ਨੇ ਰੋਣਾ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ. Sentence 7. It was a platinum watch chain. Translation. ਇਹ platinum ਤੋਂ ਬਣੀ ਕੜੀ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ੰਜੀਰ ਸੀ. Sentence 8. Jim was never late. Translation. Jim ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਰ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ. Sentence 9. She found it at last. Translation. उसने इसनु ਲੱਭ ਹੀ ਲਿਆ. Sentence 10. She stopped at a shop. Translation. ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਤੇ ਰੁਕੀ. Now let's move to chapter 5. Some glimpses of ancient Indian thought and practices by Dr. D.V. Jindal. This chapter explores our rich cultural heritage. Objective questions from chapter 5. Question 1. Name the author of the essay. Answer. Dr. D.V. Jindal. Question 2. Some scholars laughed at Ashtavakra's answer. Deformed body. Question 3. In ancient India, the woman was always considered a goddess. True or false? Answer. True. Question 4. Gods went to Lord Vishnu in desperation. True or false? Answer. True. Question 5. Who was losing in the battle between gods and demons? Answer. Gods. Question 6. What did Saint Dadichi advise the gods to make? Answer. A sword. Question 7. Shivaji bowed his head before Answer. Woman. Short questions from chapter 5. Question 1. What caused desperation to the gods? Answer. Gods were losing in a fight against demons. That caused desperation to the gods. Question 2. What was Lord Vishnu's advice to the gods? Answer. He advised the gods to make a powerful sword. Question 3. What was the sacrifice of Saint Dadichi? Answer. He sacrificed his life to defeat demons. Question 4. What was the tradition of feeding birds and animals proof? Answer. It proves that we believe in the unity and holiness of life. Question 5. Why did some scholars laugh at Ashtavakra? Answer. They laughed at his deformed body. Question 6. How did Ashtavakra react when some scholars laughed at him? Answer. He was very angry. Question 7. What did Vivekananda say to the lady who laughed at his simple dress? Answer. He said character of a man makes him great, not his clothes. Question 8. What was the status of women in ancient India? Answer. The status of women was very good in ancient India. She was worshipped as a goddess. Question 9. What does Lord Rama's meeting with a Bhil woman and eating the tasted berries show? Answer. It shows that there was no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed and profession. Long questions from chapter 5. Question 1. How does the author support the idea of the victory of the good over evil? Answer. Once gods were losing in a fight against demons, that caused desperation to the gods. They went to Lord Vishnu in desperation. He advised them to make a powerful sword. They went to Saint Dadichi. Saint Dadichi sacrificed his life to defeat demons. Thus, the author supports the idea of the victory of the good over evil. Question 2. What does the practice of langar stand for? Answer. The practice of langar stands for equality. It gives the message that we should eat only after we have shared our meal with others. This idea of sharing is not for food only. All the resources and funds should be shared equally. Translations from chapter 5. Sentence 1. The gods approached sage Dadichi. Translation. Devte Rishi Dadichi kol pahunche. Sentence 2. Dadichi took no time in laying down his life. Translation. दधीची ने अपने प्राणा का बलिदान देने च बिल्कुल देर ना लगाई. Sentence 3. Eat only after you have shared your meal with others. Translation. ਭੋਜਨ ਉਦੋਂ ਛਕੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਭੋਜਨ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੰਡ ਲਿਆ ਹੈ. Sentence 4. A well-known sage named Ashtavakra was also invited to this meeting. Translation: ਅਸ਼ਟਾਵਕਰ ਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰਸਿੱਧ ਰਿਸ਼ੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਸਭਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਦਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ। Sentence 5. The entire universe is one family. Translation: ਸਾਰਾ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਹੈ। Sentence: This does not belong to me. Translation: ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। Sentence 7. They chose to be bricked alive. Translation: ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨੀਹਾਂ 'ਚ ਚਿਣਵਾਏ ਜਾਣਾ ਚੁਣਿਆ। Sentence 8. The history of this great land is full of examples. Translation: ਇਸ ਮਹਾਨ ਧਰਤੀ ਦਾ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਉਦਾਹਰਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਪਿਆ ਹੈ। Sentence 9. The people of this country believe in the unity of life. Translation: ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੀ ਏਕਤਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ। Sentence 10. King Janak of Maithil called a meeting of the scholars. Translation: Maithil ਦੇ ਰਾਜੇ ਜਨਕ ਨੇ ਦਾਰਸ਼ਨਿਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਸਭਾ ਬੁਲਾਈ। Now let's move to chapter 6. The Homecoming by Rabindranath Tagore. This emotional story is about a boy named Fatik. Objective questions from chapter 6. Question 1. Name the author of the story. Answer: Rabindranath Tagore. Question 2. What was the name of Fatik's brother? Answer: Makhan. Question 3. Fatik's uncle lived in underscore 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 underscore. Answer: Calcutta. Question 4. Fatik's aunt welcomed Fatik in her home. True or false? Answer: false. Question 5. Fatik's underscore 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 did not like his ways. Answer: mother. Question 6. Fatik wanted to move underscore 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 from its place. Answer: a wooden log. Question 7. Fatik's last words were underscore 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 underscore. Answer: mother, the holidays have come. Short questions from chapter 6. Question 1. Who was Fatik? Answer: he was a 14-year-old boy. He was the leader among the boys of his village. Question 2. What was the new mischief Fatik thought of? Answer: he planned to roll away the log from its place. Question 3. Why was Fatik and his friends annoyed with Makhan? Answer: because he refused to obey Fatik. Question 4. Why did Fatik beat Makhan even in the presence of his mother? Answer: because he lied to the mother. Question 5. Was Makhan speaking the truth? Answer: no, he was not speaking the truth. Question 6. How was Fatik received by his aunt? Answer: she was not happy. She did not welcome him. Question 7. Why couldn't Fatik do well at school? Answer: because he could not take interest in studies. Question 8. Why did Bishambar send for his sister? Answer: because Fatik was seriously ill. His condition was critical. Question 9. What were Fatik's last words? Answer: mother, the holidays have come. Long questions from chapter 6. Question 1. How does Fatik feel when he is at Kolkata? Answer: he does not feel happy from the first day in Calcutta. His aunt is not happy. She does not welcome him. When he loses his book, she is very angry. She scolds him. In school also, he does not feel happy. He is the most backward boy in the school. Question 2. Who is responsible for Fatik's death? Answer: Fatik's mother. His uncle and aunt are responsible for his death. His mother was always angry with him. That made him leave his home. Bishambar did not realize that a child of 14 could not live without his mother. And at last, his aunt's behavior broke his heart. Question 3. Write a character sketch of Fatik. Answer: he was a 14-year-old boy. He was the leader among the boys of his village. He always thought of new mischiefs. While at his aunt's home, he is ill-treated by his aunt. He wants to go back to his home, but he dies after a serious illness. Translations from chapter 6. Sentence 1. The boys were puzzled for a moment. Translation: ਮੁੰਡੇ ਇੱਕ ਪੱਲੀ ਉਲਝਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈ ਗਏ. Sentence 2. Fatik refused to move. Translation: Fatik ਨੇ ਹਿੱਲਣ ਤੋਂ ਇਨਕਾਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ. Sentence 3. Fatik Chakravarti was the ringleader amongst the boys of the village. Translation: Fatik Chakravarti ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਮੁਖੀਆ ਸੀ. Sentence 4. He could not bear this injustice. Translation: ਉਹ ਇਹ ਅਨਿਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ. Sentence 5. The stranger asked him again. Translation: ਅਜਨਬੀ ਨੇ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ. Sentence 6. At last Bishambar asked the police to help him. Translation. अखिर बिशंबर ने पुलिस को मदद मंगी. Sentence 7. One day Fatik lost his lesson book. Translation. एक दिन फटिक ने अपनी पाठ पुस्तक गवा ली. Sentence 8. The next morning Fatik was nowhere to be seen. Translation. अगली सवेर फटिक किते भी नजर ना आया. Sentence 9. बिशंबर brought in a doctor. Translation. बिशंबर एक डॉक्टर ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਾ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਇਆ. Sentence 10. Mother, the holidays have come. Translation. माँ, छुट्टियां आ गया ਹਨ. Now let's move to chapter 7. The Making of the Earth by Jawaharlal Nehru. Let me cover both objective and short questions together. Objective questions. Question 1. Name the author of the essay. Answer: Jawaharlal Nehru. Question 2. Moon is the satellite of underscore 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 underscore. Answer: Earth. Question 3. From where do the planets get light? Answer: from stars. Question 4. The planets twinkle at night. True or false? Answer: false. Question 5. All the hollows of the earth were filled with underscore 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 when it rained heavily. Answer: water. Question 6. How many years did the earth take to cool down? Answer: millions of years. Question 7. Planets have natural satellites. True or false? Answer: true. Short questions. Question 1. What is a planet? Answer: the heavenly bodies that move around the sun are called planets. Question 2. Define the solar system. Answer: the sun and its planets with their satellites form a group that is called the solar system. Question 3. How can you distinguish between planets and stars? Answer: stars twinkle but planets do not twinkle. Question 4. Why do stars twinkle? Answer: because their rays pass through many layers of atmosphere. Question 5. How was the earth formed? Answer: a bit of sun shot out and became earth. It was very small, so it started to cool. Question 6. How were seas and oceans formed? Answer: after the earth cooled down, the rain filled all the great hollows on the earth. Thus, ocean and seas were formed. Translations from chapter 7. Sentence 1. The sun and the planets with their satellites form a happy family. Translation. सूरज, ग्रह ਅਤੇ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਾਂ ਦੇ ਉਪਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਖੁਸ਼ਹਾਲ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. Sentence 2. At night you see thousands of stars in the sky. Translation. ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਤਾਰੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ. Sentence 3. The real stars are like our sun. Translation. ਅਸਲੀ ਤਾਰੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੂਰਜ ਵਰਗੇ ਹਨ. Sentence 4. So the earth started to cool. Translation. ਇਸ ਲਈ ਧਰਤੀ ਠੰਡੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਈ. Sentence 5. Stars twinkle, planets do not. Translation. ਤਾਰੇ ਟਿਮਟਿਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਨਹੀਂ. And now, let's move to our final chapter. Sentence 6. Can you distinguish between a planet and a star? Translation. ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੰਤਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ? Sentence 7. The moon is called a satellite of the earth. Translation. ਚੰਨ ਨੂੰ ਧਰਤੀ ਦਾ ਉਪਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Sentence 8. Our earth belongs to the family of the sun. Translation. ਸਾਡੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਸੂਰਜੀ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਹੈ. Sentence 9. In reality, our sun itself is a star. Translation. ਅਸਲ 'ਚ ਸਾਡਾ ਸੂਰਜ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਰਾ ਹੈ. Sentence 10. We think the earth is very big. Translation. ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਧਰਤੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਹੈ. Now let's begin chapter 8. The Rule of the Road by A.G. Gardiner. And finally, chapter 8. The Rule of the Road by A.G. Gardiner. Let me cover all the questions. Objective questions. Question 1. Name the author of the essay. Answer: A.G. Gardiner. Question 2. What is liberty? Answer: both personal affair and social contract. Question 3. What was the author reading during the journey? Answer: a blue book. Question 4. We should interfere in the liberty of others. True or false? Answer: false. Question 5. The stout lady was walking in the middle of underscore 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 road. Question 6. The policeman at Piccadilly Circus is the symbol of underscore 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 answer: liberty. Question 7. A reasonable consideration for the underscore 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 of others is the foundation of social conduct. Answer: short questions. Question 1. What does the policeman at Piccadilly Circus symbolize? Answer: he is the symbol of true liberty. Question 2. Can we do whatever we feel like doing? Answer: no, we cannot do. Question 3. Why was the writer need a reasonable silence in the compartment? Answer: because he was reading a blue book. Question 4. Who disturbed the author on the train? Answer: two persons talking loudly. Question 5. What was the intruding passengers talking of? Answer: they were talking of any and every subject. Question 6. What is the basis of social contract? Answer. Thinking about the rights of others. Long questions. Question 1. What is the theme of the essay, The Rule of the Road? Answer. Liberty is not a personal affair only. It is a social contract. We should not disturb others. It is good to have personal liberty, but we should take care of the rights of the others as well. Only then we can enjoy the life. Question 2. Liberty is not a personal affair only, but a social contract. Explain. Answer. Liberty is not a personal affair only. It is a social contract. Unrestrained liberty will create chaos and problems. We should not disturb others. It is good to have personal liberty, but we should take care of the rights of the others as well. Only then we can enjoy the life. And finally, the translations from chapter 8. Sentence 1. You may not think so. Translation, शायद तुसी इस तरह ना सोचो. Sentence 2. I'm going to walk where I like. Translation, मैं जिथे चाहांगी उत्थे चलांगी. Sentence 3. He was obviously a well-intentioned person. Translation, ਉਹ सचमुच चंगा व्यक्ति ਸੀ. Sentence 4. We must be judicious mixture of both. Translation, ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਝਦਾਰੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਮਿਸ਼ਰਣ ਬਣਨਾ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ. Sentence 5. The great moments of heroism and sacrifice are rare. Translation, ਬਹਾਦਰੀ ਜਾਂ ਬਲੀਦਾਨ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਨ ਮੌਕੇ ਕਦੀ-ਕਦੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. Sentence 6. I hope my friend in the railway carriage will reflect on this. Translation, ਮੈਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਰੇਲ ਦੇ ਡੱਬੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੇਗਾ. Sentence 7. You have liberty to laugh at me. Translation, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਹੱਸਣ ਦੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਹੈ. Sentence 8. Liberty is not a personal affair only, but a social contract. Translation, आजादी सिर्फ निजी विषय नहीं है, बल्कि सामाजिक समझौता है. Sentence 9. We have got liberty now. Translation, ਹੁਣ आजादी मिल गई है. Sentence 10. I may be as free as I like. Translation, मैं अपनी मर्जी अनुसार आजाद हो सकता हूं. And that brings us to the end of our complete study material for the 10th English main course.